Hi there, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, karibu sana. If you're a returning subscriber, karibu. And if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do. Alright? So today's video will be looking at feminine receiving energy and why it's important for a woman and you as a feminine woman to learn how to receive. Before I even list out some of the things that a woman should learn and enjoy to receive, is the fact that women are natural givers in the sense that we are natural. So already we are wired to actually give. We give through nurturing majorly. We nurture the people who are around us. We nurture our families. We nurture our kids. We nurture our spouses. So we already are givers in the sense that we are nurturers. And when you really think about it, we give life, right? We bring life into this world. So that in its very sense, at the core, is us giving. All right. So anyhow, I felt that this was something very crucial to discuss feminine receiving energy, because I've realized that many women do not know how to receive and are not in the posture mentally, spiritually, in a posture to actually receive. So I felt that it was important for us to actually look at some of the things that women are supposed to be receiving. Number one is attention. Now, when it comes to attention, I know my argument is that women, we are flowers, and just think of a flower, whichever flower is your favorite, whether it's red roses or whichever color of roses, whether it's carnations, whether it's lilies. There's just something that draws you to a flower, and I tend to look at women as being flowers. There's just a beauty we bring into this world, and that beauty, the beauty we bring, the grace we bring, the smiles we bring, whether it's our figures, there's just something that women bring into this world that make us look like flowers. And in us being like flowers or resembling flowers, it draws attention. It means that we become interesting to people, not even just to men, but even to fellow women, whether it's our voices, how we sound, our sopranos or our baby voices, whether it is our hair, we're just to be admired like flowers. So attention is something that a woman should learn how to receive. Obviously, I know there's something like unwarranted attention, and I do know that there are men, both men and women, but majorly men, who give attention in a gruesome way and in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable. So I am very alive and aware to that. However, all in all, as a woman, as a flower, you should be ready to receive attention. I know it in gender studies, you also talk about, the female gaze, and the male gaze. So in this case, it's the male gaze whereby the man is looking at us. Okay, and of course it's a bit controversial in the sense that some people say that women put on makeup or dress or whatever. We are the way we are to please the men. And that I feel is wrong in the sense that we do it both for ourselves, and yes, we also do it for men. So it's both, it goes both ways. And there's no shame in wanting to be admired. I feel absolutely no shame in wanting to be admired. I mean, just think about it. You put in a lot of effort, you work out, you eat right, you dress well, you put on makeup. Who wouldn't want to be admired? Just imagine all the great painters in the world with all the skill and all the time they have put into their art. Can you imagine Mona Lisa not being admired? Like, really, it actually beats the logic. So attention is one of the things that a woman should learn to receive. Number two are compliments. Now, we should learn to receive compliments. Now, this one, I know some people, more than even attention, learning to receive compliments is an art, in the sense that first somebody will compliment how you look, will compliment either your talent or how you tend to do things. And a lot of the things that we tend to be complimented on sometimes is what we are born with, for instance, our beauty. However, we also put in effort into it. That said, not everybody knows how to receive compliments. A lot of the times, and kindly take note of this, a lot of the times when you are complimented, you end up denigrating yourself or putting down yourself so that you can look humble or whatever. So for instance, you'll be complimented on your dress and you're like, this one I bought it, it's thrifted. They even say how much it cost and say how cheap it is, as if you're supposed to receive some award, and basically for your cheapness. And basically what you're doing is that you are taking the joy out of that person complimenting you. You are not readily receiving that particular compliment. So don't denigrate yourself, don't put yourself down. Learn to receive compliments, even if it's just saying a simple thank you with a smile. That will do. Personally, sometimes I get a bit playful when I'm complimented on my clothes, especially if it's a dress that has pockets. Chicks, I'm sure you know this, when you're complimented on a dress and it has pockets, and what do you do next? You put your hands in the pocket and like, yeah, and it has pockets. So learn to receive compliments. Of course, be gracious about it, be joyful about it, say thank you. Again, I am very aware that some compliments are underhanded. I'm very aware that some compliments come off as being sexist. I'm very aware that some compliments are even done under the guise of negging. So again, I'm very aware of the negative element of compliments. I know some compliments can be used to even sexualize you. So I do get that. That said, in the positive sense, learn to receive compliments, learn to say thank you with a smile, and just move on if you do not want so much attention on you. The third thing that we as feminine women should learn how to receive is affection. And again, affection can come from our parents, affection can come from our spouses and significant others, affection can come from our children, So affection can be displayed in terms of, having sweet pet names. So being called babe, sweetie, whatever pet name, affection can be physical. And when I talk about physical, I mean non-sexual physical touch. So for instance, holding your hand, just simple things that actually show that the other person actually wants to show some love to you. Again, it does not have to be sexual in any way. It could also be sexual or even non-sexual in this case, in terms of kisses, a peck. It could also be in terms of a hug. Personally, I must mention, I don't hug everybody, and I do not receive hugs from everybody. I must really feel comfortable with you, and I must genuinely see you as a friend to hug you. So I also get the idea of boundaries when it comes to affection, and not just boundaries but also consent. I mean, you don't just let people peck you left, right and center, because depending on the culture where you're from, like for instance, for us Africans, pecks are not something normal that we receive when you're receiving greetings. Okay, hugs at least are a bit more normalized now. So when it comes to affection, again, obviously it's all a matter of what you're comfortable with, what your boundaries are, and obviously consent is very, very important when it comes to affection. The fourth thing that you as a feminine woman in your receiving energy should learn how to receive is care and help. I know we talk about this idea or this notion, which I think is false, that chivalry is dead. Chivalry is not dead. There are genuinely good men out there who are chivalrous. Chivalrous in the sense that they genuinely want to help us. And it does not have to be sexual. And it does not have to be from a prospect or somebody who's hitting on you. Men genuinely want to help women, from the little things to the big things. And it's all about, when you really think about it, it's all about them wanting to ease your life. It's all about them wanting to make your life a bit more comfortable. It could be something as simple as helping you cross the road. It could be something as simple as helping you carry a box or something heavy. It could be something like opening doors, pulling chairs, it could be them becoming a Mr. Fix-It, particularly for our significant others, them becoming a Mr. Fix-It in the house, when, you know, when the tap has a block, just them fixing stuff around the house, you know. And that tells you that they actually, to me, that is part of acts of service. And so when a man shows you acts of service by helping you and by taking care of you and by being chivalrous, it's actually them showing you in action that they genuinely care about you. And again, it does not have to be sexual. It actually, a lot of it tends to be quite non-sexual. Okay, it could be them helping you to move. It could be, you know, at the end of the day, it's just them showing you kindness. And I've actually noticed it's not just men, particularly if you are a very feminine woman, you'll also find women helping you. I've actually realized that. Yeah, so learn to accept help, learn to accept care, allow people to be chivalrous around you, allow them to actually make your life easier, to be helpful to you, allow people to be kind to you. The fifth thing that a woman should learn how to receive are gifts. Now, this one is my utmost favorite because my number one love language is gifts. All right, learn how to receive gifts. And again, when it comes to gifts, I know your mind might automatically shift to, you know, it has to be something expensive. It could be something as simple as, for instance, I love crunchy things. So, you know, crisps, gandia, just anything crispy and crunchy, cookies. So it could be something as simple as getting me cookies. All right, it could be something as big as buying a phone, or even bigger as buying you a property. At the end of the day, you as a woman should learn how to receive gifts. And I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, believe that men who love you and care about you always want to give you something. Gifts, particularly, it could be from, again, small things like even getting you your favorite meal or favorite snack, to the big things like buying you property, you know. And so you should learn to receive gifts, and not just the gift in terms of looking at the gift in isolation, but the thought that comes with the gift, the fact that this person thought about you, the fact that this person has paid attention to what you like, the fact that this person has gone out of their way to get you something that you like, the fact that this person has gone out of their way to either make that thing for you from scratch, because it could be a meal, your favorite meal, the fact that this person has taken time to also spend their money to get you what you want. I think it's something that you're supposed to be happy about and actually learn to receive, and more importantly, receive joyfully and say thank you. And of course, when it comes to appreciating things, people have different languages of appreciation. So for some, just they want, you know, for you to just acknowledge and say, you know, thank you. Some would want you to say thank you with a peck. Some would want, so it again depends obviously with the relationship you have with this person who is giving you the gift. But at the end of the day, the thought that a person goes out of their way to give you a gift so that they can put a smile on your face, I think is the most beautiful thing, you know. So learn to say thank you, have that gratitude, have that posture of gratitude. And I've noticed that there are some women, unfortunately, who end up making a man feel like they've wasted their money. So they go on asking how much they spent, or they Google how much somebody has spent, or they even start putting the man on like, do you have to waste your money? You know, you end up making this man not want to buy you gifts. I receive gifts constantly, and I love gifts, from the teeny tiny things to the major things. I just love the idea that somebody has put in their some thought into putting a smile on my face. And obviously I also love giving gifts. It goes both ways. Then number 6, and which is obviously the highlight of a woman receiving, is money. A woman should learn how to receive money. As we say in Swahili, pesa ni sabuni ya roho. So, and when it comes to money, obviously, again, it depends on the relationship you have with the person who's giving you the money, whether it is your parent, whether it is your significant other, whether it is a friend. But ultimately, money, I believe, is something that you should learn how to receive as a woman. It could be that this person wants to pay your bills, it could be that this person wants to give you an allowance. At the end of the day, it's just when a person gives you money, it's them showing that they actually want to take care of you, particularly if it is your spouse. They want to take care of you. And so that's why I normally wonder couples who do 50-50. I genuinely wonder the posture of the heart of these men who are so keen on doing 50-50. And I'm also curious about the women. Are they comfortable with it? Do they end up resenting the men who put them in that position? Or are they comfortable with the 50-50? And why are they comfortable with the 50-50? Because for me, I believe that money is not just money. Money is financial security. So by virtue of a man giving you money, they are providing for you financial security. They are making sure that you're not living on survival mode. And so for me, actually, a man giving you money and a man paying your bills is the epitome of them taking care of you. Okay, but on the other end, you as a woman who's receiving money, you as a woman who's being taken care of financially with your bills paid, being given an allowance, or whatever the nature of the relationship is, you should be wise enough to save. You should be wise enough to stash your cash. You should be wise enough to learn how to invest. You should be wise enough to learn how to live below your means. There's nothing as bad as you being provided for, and then you figure, see, this man will always be there. Something can happen. You might break up, they might change their mind. Anything can happen. Fortunes change. But you see, at the end of the day, whatever you are receiving from that person, over and above whatever you are making, you should learn to save, learn to live below your means, learn to invest, make your money work for you. In fact, I believe that when a man sees that you are good with money and you are financially disciplined in terms of, learning to live below your means, learning how to save. Of course, you can love nice things. I love nice things. I mean, which woman doesn't like nice things? I love shopping. I love jewelry. I love nice things. I love going out with my friends. I love going out on my own. But at the end of the day, I have to be prudent with my money. All right. And that actually motivates the person who's giving you money to give you even more, money. So those are the 6 things that you as a woman should learn how to receive. Number 1, attention. 2, compliments. 3, affection. 4, care and help. 5, gifts. And finally, money. Learn to receive these things. Have the mindset and posture to receive. But even more importantly, if you find that you're not in the posture to receive, you find that you're not in the headspace to receive, ask yourself why you are uncomfortable with receiving. Ask yourself why you are uncomfortable with asking for what you want. In fact, I'm going to do a separate video on this. Why do you feel uncomfortable with asking? Why do you feel uncomfortable with receiving help? Why do you feel uncomfortable with receiving money? Why do you feel uncomfortable with receiving compliments? So truly sit down with yourself and ask yourself why you are uncomfortable with receiving these things. I believe that as a woman, you should always have your heart open. You should always have your hands open to receive blessings, to receive favor, to receive rest, and to receive all these other things that I've talked about: attention, affection, compliments, care. Have an open heart, have an open hand, have an open mind to receive. Because if you are closed-minded and if you live in poverty mentality or a scarcity mentality, you'll continue living in lack. And that is a very miserable way to live as a woman, because naturally we give a lot. We give our time, we give affection, we nurture people around us. So when you're constantly giving without receiving, you're going to get to a point where you're going to be depleted. You'll also get to a point where you're going to feel, resentful of the people whom you're constantly giving to. And ultimately, you find that women who are in a posture of receiving with an open heart, an open mind, and open palms, they actually motivate their men to work harder. Because I genuinely feel that a man who loves you and wants the best for you will always want to do the best for you and will always want to give you. So they will work hard or harder, and they'll be motivated to work harder in order to provide for you the life that you want, you and your family, the life that you want. They want to provide you with the the lifestyle. They want to take you to nice places. They want to give you good gifts. They just want to be make your life much more easier. But a woman who is closed-minded and has a heart closed and their palms closed, you find that even the man no longer has the motivation to give you. And even if they work hard and they're successful, they'll find other ways and other places to actually take that money. So learn how to receive as a woman. Have that posture to receive. So yes, so I'll see you next time. We'll talk next time. Keep shining, keep smiling, keep being your amazing, wonderful self. Keep receiving. All right, gifts, money, compliments, affection, attention, and just revel in it and enjoy and feel the joy and feel the pleasure of receiving, and just constantly have your heart open to receiving. Toodles.